Have you ever wondered why some relationships seem to end abruptly, leaving one party bewildered and the other unscathed? Welcome to a deep dive into the realm of male narcissism and its significant role in the unraveling of relationships. Dr. John Gottman's guide, famed for its 91% accuracy in predicting divorce outcomes, will serve as our compass. Our journey today takes us through a maze of narcissistic traits in men with the aim to unmask them. Picture a dinner conversation that starts out with a harsh tone. Sounds familiar? Now let's delve deeper into this scenario to uncover some unsettling aspects. You see, a harsh startup, where a conversation begins with criticism or sarcasm, is a red flag. It sets a negative tone, creating a defensive shield around the other person. Now, imagine the conversation escalating. The defensive individual starts to exhibit contempt, showing superiority and disrespect, another telltale sign of narcissism. This behavior is more than just a heated argument. It corrodes the foundation of mutual respect. The dinner table becomes a battlefield, with words as weapons and silence as shields. The food might be delicious, but the conversation leaves a bitter taste. This is not just about navigating a difficult dinner conversation. It's about recognizing the early warning signs of a potentially narcissistic relationship. Remember, this dinner conversation is more than just a meal. It's a window into a potentially narcissistic relationship. Special occasions are meant to be joyful, right? But what happens when they turn into battlegrounds? Let's take an anniversary argument as an instance. It's a day that should be filled with love and celebration, but instead, it's marred by criticism and stonewalling. Imagine a scenario where the husband criticizes the wife for not doing enough, for not being enough. This criticism isn't constructive. It's damaging, designed to belittle and demean. It's a classic narcissistic approach, where the individual uses criticism as a weapon to assert dominance and control. Then comes stonewalling. The wife tries to engage, to defend herself or seek resolution, but the husband simply shuts down. He refuses to participate in the conversation, creating an impenetrable wall. This emotional withdrawal is another critical sign of narcissism, a way to avoid responsibility and maintain power. In such moments, the gift boxes may hold more than just presents. They may also contain hidden signs of narcissism. Silence can sometimes speak louder than words. But what if that silence is drowning you? In the world of relationships, silence often takes the form of the silent treatment. It's a tactic, a weapon even, that narcissistic individuals might resort to when they're feeling emotionally overwhelmed, a phenomenon known as emotional flooding. It's more than just being upset. It's a surge of emotions so intense it's like being swept away by a tidal wave. When this happens, communication breaks down. The narcissistic partner may withdraw, shutting down emotionally and physically. This is not just a relationship issue, it's also a health concern. This emotional shutdown can cause physiological distress, leading to increased heart rate, high blood pressure, and even chronic health issues over time. So when you notice a pattern of silence that feels like a storm surge, it might be more than just a communication issue. In this scenario, silence isn't golden, it's a red flag signaling potential narcissism. Apologies are meant to mend, not to break. But what if they don't work? Picture this: a relationship where apologies are as commonplace as morning coffee, but they never seem to resolve anything. This is the world of failed repair attempts, a world where "I'm sorry" becomes just another phrase in the echo chamber of unresolved issues. Dr. John Gottman's research has shown that in healthy relationships, partners are able to repair the emotional damage caused by conflicts. They can apologize, forgive, and move on. But with narcissistic men, this process often breaks down. Their apologies might sound sincere, but they're often more about preserving their image than mending the relationship. Imagine a man apologizing for forgetting an important date, but then blaming his partner for not reminding him. Or a man who says sorry for a harsh word, but then justifies it by saying he was stressed. These are not true apologies. They're failed repair attempts. Failed repair attempts can be a breaking point in relationships. They symbolize a lack of genuine remorse and an unwillingness to change. They're a sign that the narcissistic man is not truly invested in the relationship's health, but rather in maintaining his own ego. So next time you hear an apology that feels hollow, remember, it's not just about the words said, it's also about the actions that follow. An apology that doesn't mend is like a band-aid on a broken bone. It's a sign that something deeper might be wrong.